department, Susan Mangeni, and this gentleman is the secretary of the MSME, Mr. Doyle. Today we are going to comment on the report released by the commission, and maybe you might have had a copy, or if you have not had a copy, you can go to their website, it's there, so you can read to it before you can authoritatively respond to it. Now, I want to make a general statement, and this is a statement based on the government observation of this particular report, of which I was once invited that it was going to be launched. And then I actually told them that I cannot attend a meeting of a report, of a launch of a report that I have not been given a chance to look at, so that during the launch I have something to say. So the government's attention has been drawn to the report widely published by the Kenya Human Rights Commission, claiming the failure of the Hustler Fund, drawing conclusions that are clearly, to me, politically motivated. The title of the report explicitly betrays the whole purpose of the study: failing the hustler, your killing. The report assessment period covers 2023, 2022, 2023. Today, we are in 2025, 2026. It's 2 years back, 2023. And it is 2022, 2023 when the fund was set up. And this report is based only on the 7 months when the Hustler Fund was launched. They have also weaponized the report of the Auditor General of the said financial year 2022-2023, when most of the issues were raised in the report, which is actually common. I've been an auditor for some time, and if some initiative is just being introduced, there are bound to be problems. And we accept that because of the magnitude of this report at that time, there were issues which were raised by the Auditor General. They would have been courteous enough to come and follow up with us those issues that were raised in 2023. Where are we 2025? Of critical concern is the attempt by the Commission to generalize the findings of the first 1 month of the fund, that is between November 2022 and December 2022, and to draw conclusion and recommendation based on the activities of the fund those particular 2 months. This questions the level of professionalism and integrity of the data instrument and the process that were deployed in the study. As a ministry and the administrator of the fund, we were never approached. The best way, usually when you are raising an issue, the best way is to conduct all stakeholders so that you have a fair judgment and you have a fair recommendation. We have since continued from the management of the fund. We have since confirmed from the management of the fund that they too were not approached to respond or even give clarity to all the claims and the issues that have come up in the study. If the commission was genuine in its finding, they would at the least have adhered to the professional ethical and standards that govern such a study. Let me, ladies and gentlemen, tell you what this fund has done to the Kenyans. It is insufficient to use one financial year to make conclusions. Now, at the moment, there are 9 million people which are borrowing from this fund. They have mentioned that this fund is not accessible to people. And you know, this is a digital platform fund where you go to star 254 hash. So when you say it is inaccessible to the fund, I don't know what you are saying, because it's accessible to everybody, even me. I keep on accessing it and borrowing from it. Why not? Even me, I access it. I access Felisa. And Felisa have a limit of 20,000. So far, since this fund was established, 20 million Kenyans have accessed it. 26 million Kenyans have accessed it. And we lent, it claims we lent between 500 to 1,000. In fact, now it is 100 shillings to 150. We have even lowered it to 100. They are more generous to say it is 500. It is 100 to 150,000. That is the limit. And averagely, during any day, average is 250 per day. The market rate is 200, because we have other funds. This fund is not unique. There are other funds. It's only that this fund is government supported. But other funds, you find that the average is 250. The report claims also that the 14 days credit period is insufficient. But it does not talk about other facilities that we have introduced, like the credit score, which now is 30 days. 30 days period. And of course, if you don't pay, you can roll over 60 days. We have, in fact, increased the limit to now 150. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, from the review that we have done, we have found out that now this fund, even in agricultural sector, is now one of the leading that is providing credit to small-scale agricultural farmers when they want to buy the fertilizer of the 2,500, they get money from a hustler fund. You know very well what the fund is doing in the SHA, sector. You are able to borrow the fund and be able to pay your SHA and pay for the entire 1 year. You are aware that initially I was one of the critics of this fund before I came to where I am. But after going through some formalization about the fund, I have come to appreciate the importance of the fund. And the fund at the moment is disbursing 68 million shillings as personal loan on daily basis. How can you rubbish a fund that is disbursing 68 million Kenya shillings averagely every day, and the preaching one 27 million? So far, the fund has been able to disburse 72 billion Kenya shillings for both personal and preaching loan. And repayment over that period is 60 billion. We know very well that initially, because of the problems we had in setting up the fund, there are of course people who borrowed and never, and they disappeared. But of course we have their details, and some of them, after sensitization, they have now started repaying. And the average now borrowing is 925 per day. And for the preaching loan, that's for the personal loan, the preaching loan, the average borrowing is 3,962. This is the only fund also that has a saving component, because we are encouraging savings within the informal sector, where 5% of your loan you are able to save, and out of that 5%, 30% goes for short-term savings, which you have access anytime you require, and 70% long-term, where when you retire at retirement age, you are able to access. And the more you save, the more you improve your credit rating. So, ladies and gentlemen, this fund has been able to take from many people from CRB, many Kenyans were CRB, because of adoption of this fund, about 1 million people have been able to be taken out of CRB. And also it has improved the credit rating of most Kenyans. About 1.4 million Kenyans have been able to graduate as good borrowers. And when you are a good borrower, you are able to be given a higher limit. Those are the people who are enjoying now 150 limit, and also you are able to repay during over a period of 30 days. And this, your improved rating will allow you in future to even access commercial banks, because we are now socializing this credit rating in Hustler Fund for banks. Banks now can be able to enter into the system and be able to find good borrowers. If you go to any commercial bank and you say you are a customer of Hustler Fund, they are able to find out if you are a good borrower or a bad borrower, and that will improve definitely your personal borrowing. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will say that, finally, I will say that this particular report, actually, I don't know what I will say, being a politician. I will say that is it politically motivated, because the facts that are there are not genuine, and the fact that you take 2 months and you take the 2 months as the music. The best way, we are 3 years old, we will be celebrating 3 years in November. In November, we are just few months away, 2 months away. It would have been better for them to come and discuss with us. Of course, there are teething problems here and there, but that is expected under such a big initiative involving 13 billion Kenya shillings, money that belongs to you as a citizen of this country. That is the report that I had, but I will give a chance to my peers here, because she has been involved